Me. Let's call the meeting in order to say the pledge, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just don't.
Yes, sir.
Give Scott here, Carter.
What?
Yes.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Mike. Yes.
Do you have a copy of that draft? Do we actually have to read it?
Yeah, right here.
Has everybody seen the draft copy of tip 5 redevelopment plan?
I just put it on there.
All right, Scott. Gallery's here. Dukes of Hazzard.
Get generally outside.
Does anybody have any questions on it? Yeah, that's weird. Try this one here.
Keep scrolling. The picture will pop up. Says keep scrolling, the picture will be there.
That would be there somewhere.
No, it wasn't it. The first one I was on. No, but the map's gone.
No, it's right here.
It's, you know, I'll show you on my phone later. But I actually had, on my phone, I actually had one at the beginning, like this right here. The cover
The
page.
cover page.
Mm.
Well, it's just blank, it does.
Any questions? Okay, well, I'll need a motion for ordinance 02023-1005, establishing the TIF 5 public hearing date of November 30th, 2023 at 6 p.m. here at Tilton Village Hall. So moved.
I'll second.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yes.
Scott. Virgil.
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Brian.
Yes.
Mike. Yes.
Tom, about the architect.
We've met with Jack Reed a few times, once at the site, once here. We asked them to go ahead and prepare an agreement to get started. And I asked her to limit the scope to the kind of first phase of her work, which would be schematic design, so that we can get a better idea of what this overall project's gonna cost. So at the end of schematic design, which would be, they'll do some drawings to, not complete construction drawings at this point, but some drawings enough so they can put together better cost estimates on what this is gonna cost. The reason I asked her to do that is, so if there's gonna be any more sticker shock, you'll get that. You can see it earlier in the process rather than later. So the schematic design phase, outlined there in that paragraph 1. It will, the architectural services, including structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, for the renovation of the former facility occupied by the ambulance company, which is you guys. And adding in addition for the sketches received by the village here. The first scope of work will only include schematic design phase in order to establish the location of the addition and a reasonable estimate of probable construction costs. Schematic design provide general scope and concept design for the proposed development. This will be the first step. And in my email, and that cost is $33,250. And according to the schedule she gave me, she thought that'd be done. It's like about 30 days. So that'd be done next month, basically. And then, if you vote to continue, then there will be a design development and the construction documents, and then it'll be ready to bid. It looks like, bidding could, based on the schedule, would happen sometime after March 5th, after the construction documents are complete, and probably 30 days of advertising. And the project would be built in 2024. That contract administration with the 25 date on there is just in case things carry over. It seems like every time we do a construction project, landscaping doesn't get done, or something doesn't get done, so you have to carry it forward, usually to the next spring. That's kind of what I'm seeing there. So in order, okay, so I guess in order to get this project started, we need to approve this agreement and authorize Stack Reed to get going.
Any questions? I need a motion to accept Reed Restick Architect for design of the ambulance building.
I'll make one. I'll second.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yeah.
Vanessa, yeah, Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll leave.
Yeah, you can leave that. Yeah, I don't see your name down here anywhere else, Tom. You're good.
We'll call you.
All right, Butch.
We approved to buy a new cardiac monitor at the last board meeting, with a quote in there. And after I ordered that, or when I ordered that, I was told that the price is getting ready to go up, which I had told you that at the last board meeting. But there's also a 30-week lead time, which means it won't be here for 7 months. Talking to Mike, we're gonna have to buy one for the new unit at some point, and he felt, and I feel the same way, that since it's 7 months out, that we go ahead and purchase the second one now, or at least, I think we wanna go ahead and get the agreement to get the second one now, and it won't be here till after the first of the year.
Yeah, next year's fiscal budget.
Yeah.
Fiscal year next year for the budgetary.
Yeah, and yeah, that's something that, I mean, that we can probably put in for the next year's budget to cover those costs. And it's gonna be 7 months from now before they get here. We don't pay, until they come in. We did get a $2,000 discount off the original price on the first one because they're gonna buy that broken one for $2,000. He asked me if I was going to trade in this next one, and I told him no, because it's not broke, it works, and we do need a third one anyways. And at some point that down the road, if the other one quits working, then we'll address that issue then.
Okay.
So I have in there the quote, basically the same thing as what the last quote was.
Any question? Need a motion?
I'll make a motion while we get back.
You got the second, Virgil. Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
That's me.
I don't know, am I supposed to? do that now?
No, Lori's gonna bring up about the GEMT IGA ambulance building.
This is the ground emergency medical transport agreement. It's just an intergovernmental agreement to enter with Illinois Department of Healthcare and Family Services, aka Public Aid, to get higher rates based on our cost revenue or cost analysis that Crowder is doing right now to be submitted to them. But this has to be signed in order for us to enter into it.
We already have
Agreed.
one, we already have one in person.
No, this is something, this is what we're gonna hopefully get more money out of Medicaid patients.
This one we'll look into before.
Typically from Medicare, right? Not the patient itself, more like
Medicaid.
Medicare, Medicaid.
Out of the state.
The state.
And in other words, we're not gonna affect the patient.
No.
Okay.
Motion?
So moved. Brian made a motion.
Somebody got a second? You got it? Bob?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Virgil?
Yes.
Vanessa? Yes. Brian?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
In executive, okay.
Oh, okay.
Would you gonna bring it up?
Yeah, for TJ's.
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
I don't know what number you got, but I'm on number 6.
No, my bad.
Georgetown Road.
I accidentally skipped over that. Okay.
If you wanna bring it up, I'll let you know.
That's fine. I'll let you do your job.
Okay. Last month in executive session, we discussed property over on Georgetown Road, which I'm gonna call Georgetown Road 974. I need a motion to purchase
35.
at 35,000.
TIF, weren't you? You gonna get that out of the TIF?
She says she can buy that out, we can purchase that out of TIF.
So moved.
A second.
35.
35.
Bob?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Virgil?
Yes.
Vanessa? Yeah. Ryan?
Yes.
Mike?
Remember, Virgil, that's the one you wanted us to take, that was the one where you wanted us to take him down more after we were the ones that said 35?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Brian, for TJ.
All right, TJ is wanting to get a roof put in the pole barn over there that we just had insulated. The price of all the materials from Menards is gonna be $6,589.88.
Is that for the insulation?
No, insulation's done, it's to put a roof.
Oh, so you
Yeah, ceiling, sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. He did write ceiling on there.
Inside roof.
Yeah.
He's gonna put, does he got some type, does he have, any plans for heating?
I haven't talked about that. I'm sure eventually, because we do keep equipment out there that can't get too cold.
Well, the thought process was to get the street sweeper coming, and that's gonna go over there and.
We've been talking about just purchasing like an electric furnace and hanging there, because it don't need to be super warm, just keep equipment above freezing.
And everything they park over there is normally plugged in extremely cold, so helps it too. I'll second.
Bob?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Virgil?
Yes.
Vanessa? Yes. Ryan? Yes. Mike?
Jack, for the fire department. Mr.
Good
Cliff.
evening, ladies and gentlemen, hope everyone's having a great day. We come before you tonight, to ask for, to purchase 1,000 foot of 5-inch hose. We have been doing hose testing, and 6 of the 10 sections on engine 1 failed miserably. And we have several sections on the shelf on the wall of the fire station that pretty much failed the last time, so we know when we take it out next week, it's not gonna pass. So that's our 10 sections. Hopefully we won't have to come back for more, but it'll be closer to the end of the month before we have all the hoses in the department tested. We also need a thermal imaging camera. The one we had has failed 5 times in the last 7 or 8 months. And, when you're in a smoke-filled structure, and that's what you're relying on to try to find bodies or try to find the scene of fire, and it goes out on you.
Does everybody know what that is?
Yeah.
Was that the one that we purchased like 5 years ago?
I think it came with engine 3 and we got it in 2013, 2014. So it's 10 years old. No, that's the one on engine 4 that you guys purchased a few years ago.
Well, I was gonna say, when I first got on the board, when I was with the fire, I remember we purchased one, I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah, it's on engine 4. But the one we're looking at to replace it is the same one that's on engine 4. We have no problems with it at all.
Okay, so that was a pretty good one.
They were actually in the middle of a call looking for the heat source in the ceiling and it quit working. In school, they couldn't find it. Took forever to find out where the problem was coming from because they couldn't see it.
Yeah.
You got a quote these guys could vote on?
Yeah.
He's still got-
I'll roll through the prices. Along with the thermal imaging camera, we'd like to get a charging unit that will go right into the fire truck itself. And that way that thing's always charged. We don't have to worry about taking it off the truck, plugging it into the wall station, and then remembering to grab it if we get it home. Everything's right there.
That's for this camera you're talking about?
Yeah, the thermal imaging camera. The hose, is $920 a section, so we're looking at $9,200 for 10 sections of 5-inch supply line. And the camera and charger is $3,900. Which, the first one we bought 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, cost us over 20 grand. So they've really come down in price.
How much you say the camera was there?
$3,900.
3,900?
Yeah, $3,900 for the camera and the charger. Charger's $583 for that.
I thought I seen something where you get more hose than 1,000-foot hose or something.
Yeah, that's what the.
That's what I said.
That's the,
I think it's $919
Yeah.
for 100 foot, so we take that times 10, and then 9,900.
9,000, yeah.
That's what I said.
I thought he said less than that.
No, he said.
No, less than that.
Actually, he said more.
But the hose is I round up, so 920 a section, so we're looking at,
9,200.
9,200.
10 seconds. 10.
We're asking for the village to, purchase that for us. The rest of our request is for a K-12 extrication saw. Okay, and you may know what a K-12 saw is, you may not. It's a large saw. We use it for forcible injury, we use it for extrication. There's just multiple uses. The one we're replacing is 20 years old. We've had it worked on numerous times, and it's just to the point where it's old, it's obsolete.
Questionable if it starts.
Yeah, very questionable if it starts. So we would like to replace that. A ventilation chainsaw, which we're having the same problems with, is an old saw. I believe it's our original one, which again, 20 years old. And then we're looking for a battery operated positive pressure ventilation fan, smoke ejector. The reason why we're looking at this particular type of ventilation saw is one, it's battery operated, two, it's gonna replace two of our 40-year-old fans. They work. That's about all I can say for them, they work. This positive pressure ventilation fan will move twice the amount of air as any of the older fans we have. We don't have to worry about running extension cords through the yards and the houses, adding to our trip hazards. Our old fans, you set them up, it takes 8 to 12 minutes to clear a normal 2-bedroom bungalow style house here in Tilton. This positive pressure fan will do it in 4. So,
Have you got to actually see the fan?
I'm sorry.
Have you got to see the fan? There's nothing.
Yeah.
What's back to the camera, do they have those in stock, or maybe we can get those pretty quick?
We've been told that we can get it. Well, actually, we've been told we can get all this stuff there.
Or you need 2 separate, right, or
Just,
no? He's not done yet.
yeah, he's not done.
He's just going over.
Yeah.
He's
Going over
covering all
everything.
bases first.
Right. So the K-12 saw is gonna run us about $1,600. Ventilation saw is right at $2,000. The positive pressure ventilation fan, is $4,100. And then the other thing is, we need to replace our rope bag. We call it a rope bag. It's for, rescue work. The one we had was purchased back in the nineties when new homes was fire chief. That was how long ago that was. We've used that, the roads, are almost 30 years old. Well, they're not safe to use. In fact, we've taken them off. It's not something that we use a lot, but, in my tenure, I personally use them on about 4 calls. Okay, and again, it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're pulling a Stokes basket up a giant hill from the river out here by 74, up that big hill and stuff, you need that.
Right.
So that particular system, that will come complete with our carabiners, brakes, the whole 9 yards, is between $1,200 and $1,700. Yeah, $1,200.
Well, we talked, but it's guesstimate, it's right around 17.
It's 17.
Yeah, we get to the proposals, we'll have all the actual numbers. Yeah, is that something you can set up a training for?
Oh, absolutely. We're gonna use the old stuff to train.
Right.
Okay. But, yeah.
There's
Oh,
two
keep
different.
going.
Yeah.
We have to train on all this stuff. Right. Anything we get, we have to train on. So what we're asking, the village to do.
There's two of them.
We are looking at, with donation money, spending, no more than about $2,800 on, coats, winter coats for our firefighters, jumpsuits for our EMRs and EMTs, they get off work, they're coming home, paper goes off, believe me, this has happened to me many times. You're in your work,
23, 24.
I would have grease, tar, paint, whatever, and I'd jump on the ambulance.
That's.
Look like crap. Now, granted, they're always glad to see you, but still look like crap. So we're looking at some type of jumpsuit for our medical people. So, they're able to just throw something on and kind of cover up the drain, if you will. Again, the winter coats, every so often we get, shirts or, jackets, this kind of thing. The guys who wear them on calls, we do look a lot more professional, when we do that. And it's a huge morale booster. Given the times, that can't hurt. So, what we're asking the village for, if the village will fund roughly $13,100 for the tip and the hose, we will take our money that we've gotten from donations and fundraising to fund the other $11,700.
I tell you what, for what the amount we got figured up here was $22,801.
Okay.
I tell you what, I think you could better use your donation money for other stuff. We'll put some responsibility on the board to re-equip that. It wasn't you guys' situation that it got that in despair. So I'd like to hear a motion to fund $22,801.
I'll make a motion. Clothing.
No clothing, I'm talking about the equipment.
For the equipment, okay.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Mayor.
Let me check this figure.
Well, it's not you guys' fault that it got disrepair. So you shouldn't have to take the money you raised to put in the equipment that we should supply you.
It's greatly appreciated, but just to let the board know, we don't have a problem taking the money and putting it towards the equipment that we need.
Well, this way here, it gives you a leg up to move forward on other projects or other things, training, whatever you want to use it for.
Okay. Thank you.
You can, all right. Who did? Who had the motion?
I did.
Second. Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil.
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. I did get a call through Jack and stuff, I'll share with you. He's emailed me that.
Jack, would you take a moment, just enlighten everybody with the training and stuff you guys got planned here in the near future, so everybody knows what's up and coming?
Like I said, this month, a lot of our time will be spent just post-testing. It hasn't been done in a couple of years. And it's something that has to be done every year, so we do need to catch up on that. We're also sending people to, Westville Fire Department. They went last night. They've got one more session this month, and then 2 sessions next month. It's for, the Illinois Fire Service Institute, Essentials class. What used to be firefighting is what this is. We have hazardous materials that's being scheduled. All of our people by OSHA has to be at hazmat awareness level. And there hasn't been a hazmat awareness class in quite a while. I think there's only half a dozen of us that have the certification. We're going to be getting into the colder winter months. So at that point, we will switch more from outside training, pump training, hose line advancements, ladders, this kind of stuff, to more of a classroom setting where we're doing fire behavior. We're doing classification of fires. We will be running scenarios, and just things of this nature. And each month, as we give our monthly report, we'll report on what training classes we've had, training hours, total man hours, that.
You guys are gonna have to job. We're also, just to kind of add to that a little bit, working on with the training that these guys are doing outside of the Wednesday night stuff. So there's some that, like you said, goes to Westville, things of that nature. I'm working on a program to add, whether it's a clothing allowance or clothing bonus or some sort of finance bonus type thing for them to do extra training. Try to get into a spot where it's kind of like a scholarship program, so to speak. You get up to a spot, you get so much extra training you do and reward them for it. And the same thing with recruiting. We all know that that's an issue. And I don't care what job you got recruiting issues at this point, but I'd like to, by next board meeting, I'll have something together on recruiting where current team member would benefit from a spiff, so to speak, by recruiting. Say, for example, I recruit Ryan, I'm already in the fire department, I would get X amount of dollars. He lasts 6 months, X amount of dollars. I mean, we do it all the time in the automotive industry, and then the 1 year. So then you're kind of helping recruit within yourself. People know when you go through your phones, you know, and you could probably recruit 2 or 3 people just right off the top of your head by looking at it. So I think that would encourage our groups to help as well with it. So I appreciate everything you've done. I've learned so much lately, and I hope it doesn't bore anybody. I know I'm not a huge firefighter EMS person, I guess I could say, but I have learned so much in the last probably couple months that now I feel better even talking to you about it. And, you know, Butch and I had this conversation the other day of just understanding what something does and understanding that, yeah, I know I can Google a thermal camera, but to listen to, you know, to you say it, or, you know, a rope that has 10 years life, and we got some that are 30 years old, you know, that's a problem. So I appreciate everything you're doing, and I will do everything I can to get help get it up to par. So
Sounds great. I take a pretty deep breath, because Mike.
Community center. So talking to Tiffany, TJ the other day, we were talking about tables and chairs and image and those types of things. There's so many tables out there that are in need of repair or replacement. Chairs, I mean, it looks like, I mean, you've been out there, I don't even have to say it.
They come from Murphy's.
Yes, I mean, I think there's plenty of Arkansas still on. So, adding more stuff. after talking to TJ, trying to also think of the public works, and they're always great about helping things, getting things together. And it takes a lot of time. I mean, just to go out and hang Christmas lights in that spot, I mean, it takes a while to get all that done, but, I'm trying to come up with a plan to set these tables up and leave them, is our suggestion. Set it up, if when Cass goes out to show it and says, okay, we got 150 people, here's your tables, here's where your DJ goes, like it or not, it's pretty simple. And then therefore, all the tables are set up, because at the end of it, let's face it, we've all been there. You're trying to shut down for the event that you just spent 5 hours on, and you're shutting these tables up, and they're slamming them on the floors, and that's where they're getting broke. It's just up and down constantly. So I think in order to protect our investment, we could leave it up and show it as it is, in my opinion. Don't stray from it. If you don't like it, don't use it, type of thing. And then we also talked about upping the charge. I know we upped it this year to 700, I think, for the weekend, Cass?
6.
6. So I said, what if we bump another 100 for the weekend, go to 700, and then, maybe 50 for the 1 day, charge to help do the tables. I mean, I know we're obviously looking at a wedding event, and they're a lot more than $700, so I'm gonna make a proposal to get, new 20 new tables, 72-inch tables, it seats 8 people. There's a couple 33-inch round tables, are a little taller, you can put like a coffee on or something like that, just something a little different to stick in a corner. I think we can continue to use a few of the long 8-foot tables, but we can repurpose those at the new ambulance barn, the fire station, public works, the Chad's sewer plant. We can surplus some chairs if we need to, or whatever we don't throw away. And then instead of the 175 chairs, I'd say about 150, I think would be plenty, to start off with, on that side, so that'll take it a little bit less. But that's my proposal to the board, to get that so we can.
That's gonna make a nightmare for her to mop the floor. With that many tables set up forever.
That's a good point.
That's gonna be hard.
You put the chairs over the table, right? Put the chairs on that. Yeah.
We had round tables once and they fell apart.
Well, because it was the folding ones, yeah. These aren't the folding ones, these are, the legs fold, but the tables are solid. So you're not gonna have the break in the middle of the table like the current ones. The chairs are 500-pound heavy duty chair.
They ain't them spongy things like, I mean.
No, I can't sit on those, but I feel like I just sit on the floor.
Yeah.
Same for that.
What do you say, Mike?
I gotta That's my, and we can talk about the other stuff as far as setting it, leave it set up or whatever, that's a good point, that's why I like talking about things, because you don't know it until you hear something on the other side that somebody has to deal with, so. My proposal is to get the table chair at the community center, so we can get that going.
We, before you get going, Ryan, 15, try to apologize, but Mike sent out the email, so that's why I called on him to explain it all. I know technically it's your department, or partially your department, no, Scott's department. Good, but 20 grand there.
Well, it's kind of both community events and public work. We discussed it.
But anyway, everybody, just so everybody knows, the reason I called on Mike, he's gonna send out the email.
It'll actually be just a little bit cheaper, it's $100.
Oh, I see the total.
How many do we have for senior dinners?
Right, about the 130 mark.
Was it 130? I thought we were a little higher than that, but
Yeah.
that's why I was asking for the chairs. I mean, if we do 130.
Well, we don't have 100 chairs right now.
No, we have to rent chairs for senior dinner every year.
Well, I mean, if I was gonna do it, I was asked for the 150, but I mean, personally, I would keep the 175 myself, just so you have the same chairs to match, because you know how stuff goes away.
I'd say let's just keep them.
You're gonna have something about my break.
Yeah, let's keep 175. We'll just do it. And get rid of everything else and not have mismatched chairs.
And that's the idea, is get rid of everything, keep a couple of the longer tables and stuff like
Like
that.
get them all matched, but get them on one cart or two and they can fit back there in that
The
room.
table carts we got out there now, which we just bought years ago, they will accept either long or round tables. They're designed for both. So.
Motion,
Are you changing this amount on your chairs?
I say we keep the one
Keep it at
seventy-five.
175.
So the total is $9,705.06. I got mine.
yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil, Vanessa,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
Yeah. Before you move one more, I got one more, I will say it. While we're at the community center, we all, know that we struggle with, steam table out there, one is old, the two, there's never enough room. The guy that we bought our equipment off of for the village grill has one, very similar to the one we have. It was $1,000 and I got it up 800, so I'm gonna get that next week. For their response, so that will have eight or nine, I think, eight total places to put food and stuff for.
Was that one 222 or was that one 110?
There's only one photo, right?
Yeah, there's only one 220 plug, so
It's not 220, it's a 30 amp
or
hundred.
30 amp, okay. I knew there was only one separate plug for that. We just put it on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, we'll have to have electricians put another plug in, but he's gonna be here next week working on some stuff over at the shop, so.
Okay.
I did talk to TJ too about the lights, there's like one light working out there at the community center.
He's gonna work on that too. He's gonna do our shop and the community center.
Yeah, the one out back was flickering, the neighbor come over when I was doing some inventory on some stuff out there that I wanted to know if we could work on that too, so just so everybody in the know of what's happening.
Okay, Phil.
All right, I put out the request to vote to release or sell the 2014 sedan to Barrett or Christmas Police Department for the sum of $15,000, which they did go ahead and pick up, and we got rid of it last week. They were very happy with it.
I still need a motion.
Okay, my bad.
We have to confirm it.
Confirm it. Yeah.
Second,
Second.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan. Yes. Mike. Go ahead, sorry.
All right, but they were very happy, appreciate it, they were running out of a Traverse with a few cigarette lighter lights on the dash is what they were getting by with. So, made them happy, it's gonna allow us to, renew our fleet a little better. Also, I'm asking to sell the K-9 car, since, the K-9 program is no longer within the department. The city of Danville is looking to purchase the car for the sum of $55,000, which would pretty much be able to allow us to buy a brand new car to replace it. Be about $2,000 to $3,000 in upgrades or in lighting and equipment will be the only difference. The money would be.
Did Yates get the okay for that?
Yes, he called me today. Everything's all good on his end. So, that's, if you guys approve the sell of it, then we can move forward with that. I gotta take it in and get it repaired under warranty because it had an engine light go on.
To refit a police car, it's still gonna be more than that, though, right?
Well, one of the units gonna cost us $43,890, that's just for the car, and it has,
It's about 14,000.
Get all the stuff on.
yeah.
So we're talking 2,000 to 3,000 out of pocket to replace that car.
But we're pulling that for the-
Because otherwise I'd have had to spend 4,000 to buy a new prisoner compartment and then try and sell the K-9 equipment out of it. This was the easier way to go. And also, so we need to vote on.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to sell the K-9 car in the city.
Yeah, second, Ryan.
Sure. That's it.
Bob,
I think we'll just.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Virgil.
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
All right.
First. All right, and with that being said, I do have 2 units on hold with Marl Brothers. One for 43,890 to replace the K9 car. The second one to replace the sedan, it's approximately $1,000 more. That's because he was luckily able to get a few more from Florida in the trade with the dealership, but with the strikes and everything that's going on, I think it'd be a good opportunity to renew a fleet of 2 new cars and move forward with that.
The price is different because of the Florida.
The Florida
State of
charge,
Illinois, yeah, there's a
Florida to Illinois.
document fee. But yeah, I mean, with the way that you're not gonna be able to see, if they continue down the road, which it's not getting any better, you're probably not gonna see a new vehicle in about 4 or 5 months. You're definitely not gonna see a police car or something that's a special. So if they got them, I was grabbing, we'll have to worry about it when the Florida occurs to. I'll make a motion, we purchase. Yeah, they need to show a motion to take.
No, we're gonna put it together.
Oh, we buy both cars, unit 1 for 43,890 and unit 2 for 44,865.
I'll second.
Bob.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Virgil.
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. And we got some money in the PNT fund.
Yes, we do have approximately 70,000 there. We can pull from the coverage.
Ready, Cash?
Nope. Where?
Are you gonna shoot the number? And there's
500,000? Hold up, let me get there.
I'm gonna need a motion for resolution R 2023-1005 TIF agreement with Donna O LLC at the expense of
500,000.
$500,000. So moved. You're finding the next one now.
One time, is that one?
It's the one time for,
One time,
It's the same thing.
one time reimbursement?
Yeah, from Donna, one time,
I'll see in your.
I knew that one, that told me.
Where's the
What
number?
is the other one?
Should there be a number in this?
That's why I'm sitting here talking to the treasurer. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be this is the same amount, am I correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Mhm.
I need a motion for resolution R 2023.
Didn't get a motion on
Oh, never got a motion on
Oh, where's the
it?
500,000?
Well, me and her's been down here trying to find a number.
That's what we're trying to, that's what we're trying to
It's 500,000, I know that one.
do. That's where I was asking where.
Between the two, it's $1 million, it's the $1 million agreement through TIF that we've made with,
It's not listed.
I have the sign agreement in my office.
that. Actually, they're not listed in here.
Oh,
Tiffany was tells us what.
It's, I have the one in my office.
I don't care as long as it's legit, that's fine. I thought.
yeah, don't feel bad, Ryan, that's a little shock too, when I was scrolling.
Okay, I'll second the first one, so we can get that one.
Who did the first one?
You can go ahead. All right, Virgil says, yes, it should be.
Well, no, Bruce actually made the motion, that's why I mean, that's why me and Kevin there talking like this, I figured it was gonna be shooting through there, or everybody's gonna have a heart attack.
Bob.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Virgil.
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Now you can go on.
All right, need a motion for resolution R 2023-1005A for the TIF agreement with Offutt Development Incorporated. Same amount, 500,000. This was all approved through the TIF. I make a motion. Everybody's shaking on this.
I'll second.
Bob.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Virgil.
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
You got it? Okay, I need a motion to go into executive session.
Oh. I'll second.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Miracle,
I just let you get in there.
Vanessa. Yes. Lauren.
Yes.
Mike.
They've been all
Cover drive.
No,
We gotta go back and say.
Return into session.
I think so. I'll make a motion to return back into regular session.
Second.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil.
Yes.
Vanessa,
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Mike.
You good? Mike, got anything?
Are you?
I gotta do
Just watch. Right, you got anything?
it. Yes. I sure that's what we want to bring out. After, talking with Phil and the board, we came to the consensus that, we need to, stay competitive with the police rates, that are rising around us, hourly rates, and pay. One, to help maintain our current force, but two, to, help maybe entice some people to come over to the village, and work as a law enforcement officer. So looking to, give them the authorization to, give the officers and, future officers across the board, as well as part-time, $2.50 raise per hour. Yeah, we're going to, yeah, and I'll make the motion.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Brian,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
And, one more thing there, I just want to make it clear to everybody, that we are in the works of putting plans together to, make those necessary adjustments to other departments, that are within the village to help maintain that, workforce. So, those will be coming in the future.
Yeah. Lauren, got anything?
No, I didn't, actually, I did. Because I wasn't addressed last meeting.
I told you that was an error.
So Virgil asked about a sign at the cemetery, which I then took up to my committee, who graciously approved putting a sign at the columbarium and also purchasing 4 markers for unmarked, regularly marked with wooden crosses, markers at the cemetery. For 600.
Yeah.
700.
Oh, they do look very nice. Is there any way we can get somebody in here to repair the stones that's back there in that private grave on the backside of that? There's a group out there.
I doubt it, they're old.
1902.
They go near like sandstone, I doubt it.
Well, I just know somewhere they have people that did that just to restore.
Yeah, there's a guy on Facebook that's local.
They wash it with something to bring something out if it's there.
Well, that was a tower that broke over and fell over.
You got one of those, you got them to agree to pay.
I've seen some restoration.
I'm sorry, yeah, they actually paid, it's longtime Tilton residents that don't have any money, and, the wife died about 3 years ago, and he just died, so, the family agreed to $800 for the 2.
For what?
For the 2 markers.
So,
What are the crosses you said?
no, they're putting they're actual nice.
The ones you showed me, the flat marker, flat ground
The
marker.
committee felt that was the one, it's easier to maintain the cemetery, records, by having a permanent structure there. One, it looks better for appearances, but then for the records.
Just flat markers, they're
Yeah, they're just
It's just not that fancy, it's just,
It's like some of the older ones out there, where it's just a flat stone laying
Flat
down,
stone,
like
name, date.
sunset.
it's got a name, date of birth, and that's it. But that way, but they showed it after we actually helped pay part of it.
While you're on that subject, I drove around that column area. Did Roy Brad ever, did we mark all them ones that he's got on the back?
Yeah, I've got a record of
I
it.
mean, are
They say.
on the thing,
What do you
did they ever letter?
mean? No, they won't, we can't letter them until they pass away.
Well, I'm, what I'm saying, and he had, I thought he buried some, he said, well, they don't need it.
No, that's just when I was talking about the cost that it costs to do the door engraving. He says, it doesn't matter because nobody's gonna come see them anyway. And I said, we ain't gonna run a cemetery like that. We're not just gonna put somebody in there and put nothing on.
In 50 years down the road, they have problems like we have now.
Like we have now.
We think Grummel's there, but we don't sure.
No, that's not
Or grandson died, we dug the grave, and they had a dang going bolt down there.
I believe it. I'm estimating. we
Not
probably
on our
got-
record, that's
We probably got 300 to 400 in the record.
yeah, it's right over there. Is that Lord?
Yes.
Catherine.
I don't have anything.
Bob? Nope. You got her? What is it?
No.
Need a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Berger,
Yes.
yes. Ryan,
Yes.
You almost sounded disappointed.